Greetings everyone, hello and welcome to Ara History Untold. Finally we can play the game. It actually was released yesterday, has been released yesterday, and I'm looking forward to this civilization game. So it's a 4x strategy turn-based game, of course, and it just launched and it has a multiplayer and a single player mode available. No campaign as far as I can tell, so it's basically those two modes that we have right now, and we're going ahead and starting a new game right away. And as we can see, yeah, it's a leader-based game, so we're not choosing really a civilization per se. We're choosing a leader primarily, so we see the faces. Of course, behind all of these leaders is then a certain civilization. So, for example, with George Washington here, we do have the American civilization USA in the background of that. And of course, I want to play the USA first. We also get a few bonuses here out of that. So we do get more timber out of logging camps. We have more strength when we are fighting in our capital. Also, all my non-capital cities receive one housing, and also something like the turn duration of golden ages is reduced by 50%, which is also not that bad at all. Funnily enough, we can actually choose different presets depending on how he looks during the ages, right? Because there is a new era progress mechanic, and I'll wonder if he actually changes his style there as well. For the settings here, we can actually go ahead with, I actually like to go with something a bit more balanced for my first playthrough that we are having here, but not too easy as well, right? So a nice balanced one here, probably the Prince one. We can then also say take a new map. We have a couple of maps available right now, so that goes from a supercontinent where you're basically playing one giant landmass all the way up to islands and stuff like that, where you're going to have lots of naval warfare. I like the idea of a supercontinent. Let's go ahead with this. A large map size it is. Seed is randomized. We're going to go with the Earth axial tilt. This is actually really interesting. You could also go for Jupiter, Mercury, Neptune, and Uranus on this one. Temperature is mild, humidity is humid, average sea level, and we're playing with 12 nations. That's actually based on the map size as far as I can see, right? So it depends on the size of the map that you're going with. These are the settings. Our first playthrough of Ara. I hope you're going to enjoy this one. I hope I'm going to enjoy this one. And if you enjoy my videos, I would also be very grateful about your Patreon support. At the very least, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel here. Let's go. Alright, and this is it where we start right now on a new map, so randomly generated. And what we can see is, yeah, the game is definitely gorgeous, right? So I like the style of it. It looks like it has a very big scale of it. Now, this game has a lot of mechanics and a lot of systems that are going to be unlocked during the course of this game. So instead of just flooding you with information, I think we just should start with playing it right away. We're starting with a scout unit here, right? So that's this symbol. That's actually those units that we represent with that. And we can now send them to different areas here. There is a tutorial in the background. I've already played up to mid-game of Ara now. So that means the tutorial will gradually unlock then once we enter mid-game again, right? For now, though, I've done all the other previous tutorials, so we're not pushing that. Now, what I can see is we do have some resource caches in our surrounding area. There's also some animals here, right? Like those wolves there. And what I would like to do is we can either go with hunting or we can loot the resource caches. Let's actually go for this resource cache. And then there's also a wolf that we can hunt. Like this wolf there is only a danger level 2, so this is actually something we can do with our hunting capability of 3 with the scout. So theoretically that should be possible. Now, in the center of it all, of course, is the city. Washington it is. And Washington is the capital of the civilization, of our civilization, and with every city in this game we can then also choose provinces, right? So these provinces around it we can claim, so we can expand then into these territories as well. For starters, we are right here in the middle, and we can now select our first building queue that we have. Let's just check out Washington in general. We are level 1 with the city now, so that's my housing, right? And we do have a food surplus, a wealth surplus, timber, and material surplus. So yeah, we could actually start with a farm to boost by food, but I think it's not really necessary. A workshop is actually something that's really powerful, or we're just going with a military unit. Since we're going to get need a lot of these workshop items that we're crafting, let's actually start with a workshop. And we can now decide a building slot in this province that we have, right? And over here, a workshop is now being built then. Alright, let's zoom out again. There is not that much else to do right now. Research has not been unlocked at the moment. That's not something I can do at the moment. So actually, I would just like to end the turn. We can also have a quick look at my standing. So there we are right now with prestige levels, right? That's all the other civilizations that we're playing here right now. And these guys here would like to take our crown. Of course they will in the beginning, since they do get some advantages, the AI. Now, turn number 1 is over. This is very important, right? Every player on this map in Ara does all the actions at once. So if you end your turn, everybody ends their turns as well. So everybody advances at the same time. There's not like I end my turn and the next civilization does its turn, right? Like in Civ 6, for example. In this case here, everybody plays at the same time. And if you end the turn, then everybody advances at the same time as well. Let's take the resource cache there. It takes a turn, and we can also choose our first tag now. In this case here, these are the tags we have available for the ancient history. So if we want to advance to the next era, we would need to research 5 technologies to access the era catalyst, right? The bronze era then. In this case, we can choose 5 of these and then we can advance, or we research them all and only then advance. Whatever we take into the next era then. If we don't research something, it's lost, right? So we don't get the bonuses then out of that. Since I would like to, defend myself quite early, I'm going with archery as my first attack here. And we actually end the turn again. Now we have 122 wealth available. I could actually speed up my project here with the coin that I have now, rush the project to finish this workshop immediately. I'm not doing this yet, but it might be something that we do then after a couple of more turns. The scout has finished and found 15 materials. Alright. We can also continue now with hunting that wolf pack that we have over there. How did it work? Let's end the turn. Next turn they finished it, get some food out of that, and also fur. That's an ingredient we can use for crafting items. Now let's continue onwards. There's another resource cache over there, and I probably would like to go for this. So let's go into this territory. With that we should unlock then this area here as well. End the turn again. Nothing or not that much is happening at the moment. We're getting some wealth there again, getting some food. This area has been researched now or scouted now, right? There's not that much at the moment. More resources will plop out of these then once we research the tag for it. Down here, for example, we have the mandrake plant. They would give me mandrakes if we build a farm on this tile. There would be grape already 2 times available, and down here also barley for a farm. Turn 6. My scout continues. There's rice over there that we found now. Let's go for the cash. Yeah, I mean, you know, we can half now the time it takes with 15 coin. That's worth it. Right, so next turn we finish the workshop already. And there it is. Improvement has been finished. And the workshop is now a pretty special building because it can actually craft us items. And there we have it, right? We start with 2 items in the recipe, so we can start crafting a basket or a lithic tool. And in this case, they offer them bonuses to the city, right? So the basket, for example, gives you +1 city production and +10 city prosperity, whereas the lithic tools gives you craft production bonuses and harvest production bonuses for a farm, for example. Let's go with the basket as first time, and we are going to craft it infinitely, and I could also add some wealth to speed it up, right? So if I add like 2 coin per turn, we can actually speed up the baskets, but nah, I'm not doing this. Alright, we can select now a new project for Washington. In this case here, I would probably like to go for the spearmen now, because we don't need dwellings, nor do we need a farm at the moment, right? A second scout is not that worth it, I think, because the spearmen can do the same thing then as well. Precious stones we found, and lots of coin. 100 coin, that's quite a bit. Thank you very much for this. Move up there. We don't have any interesting points at the moment in my surrounding area. There's also a feast that is being produced here, more or less, right? So in 43 turns, we can activate a feast. That is then giving me a big boost to my city growth rating. Let's end the turn. We have met a tribe, the Fargo tribe over here. So that's a neutral faction, right? And we can assimilate them if we're getting on the maximum reputation bar with them. Then they would love this and would like to join us. There's also their warriors. So they would be hard to actually take over with a scout. So let's go for that cache over there that we just found as well. Let's end the turn once more. We have completed archery. So we can now also produce then archers, and we've also finished the spearmen. Probably could go ahead with the archer right away. Since we're still looking fine, we're actually getting another population in here now soon. The hunting ground is nice as well. The watchtower. Let's go with an archer. Yeah, definitely. And next on my research tag, I'm going with the animal husbandry because this gives me the butcher shop for additional food. It gives me the plow that we can use, the plow as a tool. And it's also rather quick to research anyway. Also gives me some prestige. The spearman we can actually now deploy. So this is also something new. The spearman just doesn't plop up like that. We need to deploy him first, right? So he's still unraised in the capital now. Somewhere here in my tribe. And it does cost me already 1 food that we are basically investing now into this. And let's deploy him. And deploying a unit also takes time again. So he's not just coming up immediately. I think it takes a turn. And then we can actually use him. Actually takes 2 turns. Oh, very nice. My scout continues. My scout could actually do some hunting up there. There's also mountains. And we've also collected 15 timber out of that cache. Very good. And the spearman unit. Is it ready? It's not ready yet. Let's end the turn. There's the spearman unit now. And we've met the first civilization. China.
Made first contact with a mysterious.
We're neutral with them. There's a stiff discomfort in the air upon first contact. You're unsure if this is simply their way or a sign of things to come. Alright. We could offer them a gift. I don't have anything to gift at the moment though. So nothing else we can do there. Let's go hunting. So there's the Chinese scout then over there as well. Yeah, by now we can use the spearman now. And I would also like to use him for some hunting there as well on the wolf. Now predators cleared. We get food and 1 fur out of that. And we've also increased our city level to level 2. And that means we can now claim a new region. That's really important. So we have all the regions now in our surrounding area. Let's just check it out where we can go with. Now we need food, right? We know this by now. Down here we got barley. That is super nice for a farm. And we get the +4 food bonus out of this region too. Plus we have then access to the ocean. So in this case, that's probably my go-to. Yeah. Let's claim this region first. And with that, we are claiming now the next territory. And once finished, we can then actually build something on it. Meanwhile, my scouts... yeah, probably over here. Into this area. More like to the western side. Because the eastern side, there's ocean. Also here, the hunting takes place right now. There it is. Get more food and more furs out of that. I'm not going with this one, but rather... Oh! There's stuff over here that we can loot. Get my scout. Because my spearman cannot loot this, right? Only the scout can loot those caches. There's also some weapons, it seems, that we can use then. Where should my spearman go? Do we have anything valuable to hunt? I'm actually going to deploy now my... I think we finished them. My archers. Because those in combination, we can actually start hunting then the bigger prey that we have there. Predators. Denver has been colonized now. And we can now start with a farm over here on the barley. It's being claimed right now. But that's okay. We can already build the farm right now. Take 7 turns. And then we can actually also get that boost of food. That is something I would like to do. So let's build that farm right over here. In the next turn, over there, we now have the archers also mustered. So I do have now a combined strength of 26 actually, of fighting power. This will be easy now to hunt then those predators here, like the cougar that we have, those 2. Scouts are also moving over. So we're still in the very early stages of this game, right? There's still not that much happening right now.
younger than 16 enters your court, springing with excitement. He explains that he and his friends were climbing trees, and while sitting atop a giant oak, he spotted a raised and unnaturally round hill and smoke, as though from a campfire rising in the distance. He requests support to safely investigate.
All right. We have now the option here. Such imagination. Send a scout, arm the boy and his friends. No, that's not good. Let's send a scout. Negative 10 happiness, my capital for 10 turns, but we do get jewelry and ceramic pots out of that. Let's go ahead and do this. Alright, animal husbandry has also been researched. With that we get the butcher shop, and we can also cultivate horses now on top of that. Rope making at this point I deem very valuable, because this unlocks me the logging camp that we're going to need then, as my timber surplus is going down a bit, right? And we don't want to waste too much there. Since we have the money, I might also speed up once again one of my constructions, the farm, so that we can immediately start then another construction somewhere, which is the settler, a new settler, and with that we can found a new city then as well. That's going to queue in next. That's why I want to finish the farm so quickly. Want to start for second city as quickly as possible. Also, we finished the predator, and look at that. We did get a feast out of that. So the feast we can now use in the amenities over here, and this gives me a massive boost to my city growth, plus 5 city food and plus 10 city happiness. Super nice. With that we can grow this city faster than before. Alright, those units are a bit damaged right now. Let's still go for the next cooler down here. And you are please going to loot me that cash. Amenity has been activated. We have finished the farm, so we have a nice food surplus now. Rushing that scout, that settler though is very expensive. That was a blow. And then we have another resource cache. Also shellfishes over there that we can go for. Another feast. These cougars are super nice. But we should probably take our time now and heal those units. And this cache actually had 50 coin. Let's use the scout to get over now here, because that's probably the path I would like to take for my settler, for my first one. If there's something nice over there. Now let's have these units here being healed in the capital. 5 more turns only, since we have grown. And rope making, there you go. With that we can build now the logging camp, and also Stonehenge as a wonder. That would give me a huge boost, by the way, to prestige and also to the city knowledge, which is directly affecting then our research output. Next in line, I think pottery for the ceramic shop gives me wealth, especially also, and ceramic pots. And the grain storage gives me bread and also rice that we can harvest. And since we have rice close by, this might be something we can consider. And the granary is a super powerful building upgrade that boosts my food output. But it's not super important right now because we're pretty full on food. So I'm actually going with the other one first.
A prestigious nation requires a majestic residence for its leader. Beyond serving as a testament to your success, such a palace can also honor your nation's past and future. Your advisors are excited to build a palace on a site proven auspicious for your people over the centuries, and the oracles urge you to do so with haste.
Alright, we have a new goal, and that would be a palace. That's one of those civilization goals that we can get, right? And the first one that claims this gets 100 prestige. On top of that, the second one 50, and the third 25. And of course it's all about that prestige. By now we probably are not at the top anymore. We have been overtaken by China. But that's the only other civilization we know right now.
Your advisors approach you in confusion. A local tribe has provided 2 stories of their origin, but your scholars question the veracity of both. The first founding myth tells of a great prince born from a wild beast. The second tells of a foreigner who came to save the land. What should they record?
Record the beast-born prince myth or record the foreign prince myth? Let's make the beast-born one. It's a tribe after all. This gives me +1 relationship with Fargo. It cost me a bit of timber though. There you go. And this raises us to the second highest level here now. And of course we want to actually get on the highest level with them, because then we can assimilate them into my city. Okay, crafting has been completed of the basket. Can we actually... No, we cannot assign a second amenity. So we're still using that feast. And then we could go for the basket. Right. Scouts are getting over there. My forces have been fully healed. So we can go ahead and hunt again. Over there, another cougar. They have been quite valuable so far. And we can get a new Paragon. Or the first one, actually. And those are like... I wouldn't say the governors in Civilization 6, but they're very close, right? These are special people that offer you bonuses, and you can assign them to your cities or to your armies and stuff like that. So it depends on what kind of area you assign them. And we got Pythagoras there, 2 research per turn. That's actually pretty powerful if we give them the chief advisor status. But I think the most important one here would be Fu Hao. We are very close to China, and she would give me a force strength boost, right? Or also a flat out 25% strength to force that I assign her to. So this is really strong, I think, at least. And the research bonus is not that
Tang
big.
Dynasty military general and wife of King Wu Ding.
So we can now assign her there. And in this case here, either we assign her to the force bonus, right? Or we assign her to one of those Paragon slots, the chief advisor, and we will get this passive permanent bonus to all my forces. I think I'm going with that. 10% more strength. Sounds like a good idea. That's my first Paragon now that we have. There's going to be more rather quickly, I think. At least that was my experience. And with that, we are also level 1 again. Or place 1, actually, on the prestige. Alright. A new tribe has been met. Kansas tribe over here. Let's move down there for now. Kansas tribe, Fargo tribe. There looks to be water again. Are we on such a small landmass here? That would be problematic because those cities need space to expand.
Speaker for the tribe,
There's Kansas.
emissary to inform you on their recent struggles. We are building a monument the likes of which the world has never seen. But our master builder has taken ill and is bedridden. His mind can't simply be replaced. Do you have a master builder that could help us finish this project?
With that, we could boost our reputation with them. Let's do this. Let's end the turn. Get down here. Lots of... Oh my goodness, there's a bear over there. A black bear. There's also wolves and cougars and once again wolves. There would be the ocean here. Oh, there's a hunting ground. That's really powerful. Gives you meat, food and fur. And with that, a lot of wealth. And there's a fishing ground over there. I think this might be a very good location for our first next city then. How much more time to... Oh, we finished the settler. Just on time. Let's get the settler over there. Let's bear in mind, right, those cities expand. So if I take this into account now, this is all Washington, right? And this could all then be the new city. So this would be the perfect slot for this. Because you need to have this territory for Washington and this territory here then for the new city. Right, so 1 territory around them. You can go further than this, but I think for now, we're going with that. Also, Washington grew to level 3. And with that, we can once again claim a territory. We're down here in Denver now. I think wood would be my next goal here. So let's go for the forest areas here. New Haven or Alabama. Alabama actually has 2 wealth. Yeah, looks better. Let's go ahead with Alabama. That we can grow. Right, and once this has been established, we're getting the bonuses out of that region then. And if you zoom in really close, this game has a lot of details on the map. Alright, settler on its way. Washington has now something new. So what could we do? The logging camp we could build and... Oh, this is still being established. Let's not do this. I would probably like to go with another unit. So let's build the archers. And then I'll probably go for the butcher shop as well. So we can queue this in. And let's have it right beside the other shop. Right, and with this one here we can also craft various items that are very good for growth and stuff like that. I think that's it. What to do with the scout? Let's go down here to find out what's down here. I think it's the end of it. There's the cougars. Ugh, those poor animals. Holy smokes. And he still lives to see the day. Of course, in the next turn he's down. And we get another feast. Very good. I would like to use this then immediately once the feast runs out. So it's been replenished actually to 10 turns again. Very good. It's a nice bonus that we get out of that. My units we're using now to go for, yeah, the wolf over there. There's lots of game. And the scouts, yeah, as expected, that's a dead end, right? There's the ocean. There is the foxes here. That's a nice fur boost. And another deer. So this is actually going to be quite a valuable city, I think. Let's move up. A pottery has been researched. Ceramic pots and ceramic shop we're getting out of this. Next in line, let's go for the grain storage right away. That will be my food booster. And we can use the rice that we have as a bonus available. Let's continue. There's lots of hunting grounds here. My settler has arrived. So at this point, it's time to found a new city. Going to take a while now for this one here, the gathering hall, 1 turn. And there it is, Providence, my second city that we have now. Over here. Started level 1 again. And yeah, we can now decide what we want to produce here or build first again. Since the city starts with no food at the moment, a farm would actually make sense. We're also very close to the ocean. Fishing net doesn't work out. So a farm. Probably what we can do somewhere over here. I mean, how many turns would it take for this to grow? 12 turns. Can we activate a feast for this one? We could. We have one more feast available. And with that, we can grow this one faster. So at least the bar here raises faster. This one did not adjust itself. But let's do this. I hope, yeah, with that, we don't need to build a farm because I don't want to have a farm so close to the center, right? Wouldn't make sense to me. Instead, let's go with the ceramic shop. We haven't built this one yet. There you go. As my first building for Providence. Alright, also, the gathering hall here that we have can also craft its own things now. And we can say, craft me some jewelry. We have 5 of that available. This gives me then also a nice bonus to city prosperity. We can use this then in any other city as well, if I want to.
Founders of your nation's newest city look to you for advice. They hope to build into the city's foundation a guiding principle, one that will chart its destiny. In this case, literally. Masons stand by awaiting your direction. What word should be carved into the cornerstone of the gathering hall?
Let's go with tradition. This gives me 15 city knowledge, so this boosts my research. Happiness is not that important for me right now. No security since we're not at war with anyone. Let's go with the research boost. That we finish an attack faster. There you go. Research cash. Alright, there's a city over there. I think it's China too. So that gives me room to still expand into this area. We are at the city capital right now. Are we? No, we can go with one more city. So I should actually go for another settler then after the butcher shop here. Right, another 8 turns it would take then. Perhaps we can quickly build it then too. Predator cleared. Lots of stuff going on right now already. The basket has been finished. We have finished the butcher. There it is. And the butcher can now produce cured meats for us. That gives me city food, city prosperity, and city happiness. So let's start producing that as well. Over here, my hunters... Wait a second, where's my archer? There's my archer too. I'm confused. There should be 2 units here, but it's only one that's visible right now, the spearman. I didn't lose a unit, did I? No. I didn't lose a unit. Okay. They're not together at the moment. Now they are again. A bit confusing. Now they are again. Bit strange, but that's it. I cannot unfortunately merge them. As far as I know. So let's actually have them healed up for now. Before we go for more hunting. A ruins cache over there. Just see what awaits us there. Next turn. Cache discovered. Forces have been healed. The settler is being finished in 7 turns. We could rush it. And I'm going to rush it. Having another city is quite valuable. Let's go over here with my units. And actually the bear is not stronger than the cougar, right? It's weaker actually. Okay. There we have the next settler. Okay, he's expanding right now, or China. So settling here would be problematic because we could not expand that city anymore to its full potential. So I probably would like to go up here somewhere. Yeah, let's take this territory for now. And we can go for something else. I think we have established over there now. I would like to build me my logging camp now, right? And we're going to get a nice boost out of that thanks to the forest bonus that we have. Logging camp. And then the ceramic shop we have now in Providence. Food is fine too. Yeah, I think for the city we are fine for the moment. For Washington. Let's just not do anything there.
Clay-covered potter exits a hut, shouting after an enrobed scholar. Your scout relates that they wanted to use their sculpting material for record keeping, but their master potter refuses to allow his stock to be used. The tribe leader sends a request for supply, hoping you can quell his people's quarrel.
Alright, provide the supplies, 1 sculpting material, we get 5 knowledge, and also 2 relationship with Fargo. And with that we've reached the maximum of Fargo, so they should actually want to assimilate with us in the next turn. Oh, sheepies. That would be great for wool. So for expansion, this also looks like a very good area here. There's lots of space to settle on the next one. My hunters, let's start with the black bear. Grain storage. We got another feast. Pretty sure Washington will like that. Let's go for herbalism. We could actually at this point now advance to the next era. I'm not going to do this now because I want to take the bonus of herbalism with us, which is to craft medicine in an apothecary, which increases the city health and city knowledge, so boosting our research there as well. I would like to do this first though. Providence has leveled up, thanks to the feast of course. We can now advance, and I would probably like to advance to Burlington, because there's the hunting grounds, right? The white-tailed deer. So let's go ahead and get this region. Because with that we can get then this wealth bonus that it provides. Okay.
An envoy arrives at your capital, sent to share a message from their leader. They believe that your fields seem to be suffering from poor soil management. They offer advice on how to manage crop production in exchange for a portion of your grains.
Alright. This actually would give me a relationship with China. And I'm going to take this. Offer guidance for a bit of food. Okay, we have finished the hunting here. That was fur, food, and the feast. And yeah, let's go for the cougar. There it is, another feast. Very good. I love this. So we can actually go for another round of feasting at Washington. And Providence also has the feasts available then. And Fargo has joined Washington with 1,500 new citizens, thus greatly boosting us here on growth rating. So Washington will already level up in the next turn. That's pretty great, but we also will need to provide more dwellings now quickly, because we're actually getting to the cap of housing here, and the dwelling provides the housing. Let's have this one here then right next to the city center too. And since wood is not the primary problem, I would actually like to move it up in the Q1. So we have the dwelling next in line. Alright, up here, that's Fargo, right? Tribal warriors? That was Fargo, so they should actually be friendly. I hope they are. That hunting is over now too. We got another feast. And let's go for the wolves. Wolves have been finished. Very good. And also we leveled up. The archer has been promoted to level 2. He gains strength with that. Let's actually have them healed up now, before we can hunt the black bear over there. Okay. Washington, as expected, leveled up. So what should we go with? Michigan would have lots of wealth. I would actually like to grow towards China over there before they claim all these provinces. And yeah, Orlando has 2 materials. And then we could go for this wealthy province there as well. So let's go ahead to grow a bit over there as well. Alright. Yeah, you still need to heal up, please. Turn 39. My settlers have arrived up here. It's a lot of space towards Washington. We could settle here now. Problem with this area here is there's no natural wealth, right? With the lake here, I think I'm going with the lake first though. The Kansas tribe will disappear at some point. Just like the tribe here did, right? They assimilated into Washington. So I think this would be the better area. Yeah, it's also closer to Washington. Because there's only one territory in between us then. This is actually the last city then we're at the city cap. So in order to raise the city cap further, we do need then to get a new government in. So we're still in the chiefdom here right now. Alright, so we need to advance the era before we can go for a new government as well. Okay, let's settle the next city. Kentucky. We got actually not so bad territories. Lots of food is being provided here. There's a rich wood tile, and this one here is a rich wealth tile. So that's actually pretty good anyway, right? There's horses. That's quite valuable. And medicine has been researched. With that we get this bonus, and we can now advance to the next era in 11 turns. This will abandon the last research that I had, but it's not a very powerful one, at least I think. Washington leveled up again, really? But we were at the dwellings limit. Alright, there would be now tea. That is the new resource that we found, thanks to the latest research. We could go for Nashville over there. This would directly border us then almost with China now. It also gives me access to the sea tile here then where there's shellfish. That's not bad at all. Yeah, I'm inclined to go for this. Let's go for Nashville, right? Or for Pittsburgh. Let's go for Pittsburgh because it has the T in it. And we can get the sea tile nonetheless. Right. Okay, Kentucky has been established. And Kentucky lacks the wealth right now. That's okay. We could boost it with a feast. I'm going to boost it with a basket because I would like to use the feast in my main cities. And oh, there's also new caches that appeared up here, so we can use the scout on that. For Kentucky, we need to wait before we can grow at least once. So actually, you know what? Let's go with the feast because we can speed up the growth there to advance to another region, because the region that we settle on is very small. And I would actually just like to use this here for dwelling, because then we can potentially have up to 10 pops living in here. And then we can move beyond the border here, because it doesn't make sense to have anything else there, I think, in my opinion, right now, because there is no natural resources that we have in the city anyway. So that's that. Okay, Library of Celsus. That would be a new legacy, a new goal that we can have here. So build the library and build the palace. That would be something. New region can be claimed now, or has been claimed, this one. Very good. With the tea resource then as well that we can use for farming. Next area we have the dwelling. Super important. I'm actually lagging behind on the dwellings because we still have the feast activated, and I'm losing the potential growth there. These have been healed, so let's actually move towards the bear. Got another feast now. Also, the dwelling has been finished. With that, we can grow again, right, to the next level for Washington. And we can also use more amenities than ever now. So, for example, jewelry or the baskets. This boosts my city production a bit. So we can finish that logging camp actually 1 turn faster. So that's what the basket is for. Very good. Okay. Also, once again, my crafters are idle now. We could craft the feast or the jewelry. Let's go with the feast, as growth is just so much more important than anything else right now. Okay, my scout over here finished the cache. Let's move to this cache. And yep, so far so good. We're now very close to advancing to the next era then in 9 turns. We have laid the foundation, right? So we're growing these cities now. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one, the first episode of Ara. If you enjoyed, we continue onwards here in the next episode. Stay tuned.